Hello, good evening, and welcome to JoyNews Prime with me, Carlos Kaloni. We are broadcasting live from our studios here in Kokomim, Accra. And we are live on DSTV, Channel 421, GoTV 125, all social media platforms, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Coming up, a man has been shot dead in Binduri this afternoon, less than 24 hours after IGP Christian Tete Yohono visited Boku to urge feuding factions to lay down their arms.
All the Ghanaians want to say is that Boku should be in peace. Boku should come back to its past glories. For the time when everybody wants to come to Boku, that glory should come back.
We have more, plus take you live to the area. Also, Roads and Highways Minister Kwame Govans Agboja questions the MPP administration's decision that led to the abandonment of the Wahan Tumu Road project.
Traffic, I know, stopped to find out what is going on. And guess what? The person who should fix it, the problem is here. So a combined effort of yours and ours under the leadership of the president, we shall fix this together.
And we have the latest on the state of that particular road. Also, General Agricultural Workers Union urges government to fix implementation gaps in the Feed Ghana initiative, warning the program may fail without effective execution.
You have to move beyond policy intentions to outcomes.
Now, these and many more coming up here in the next 30 minutes. Please stay tuned in. Well, less than 24 hours after the IGP Christian Tete Yohono left Boku, having appealed to feuding factions to lay down their arms, another man has been gunned down in Binduri, a nearby community in the Boku district. The victim, whose identity is yet to be established, was allegedly shot while riding his motorbike, then dragged into a nearby bush and burned along with the motorbike. Let's take you to the area for the very latest on this development. And joining me via Zoom is our correspondent, Albert Sorry. Now, Albert, when did this happen, and has the victim been identified?
Carlos, this happened sometime this afternoon. The details of how this happened are still a bit sketchy. We haven't also been able to officially confirm from the police because the commander has been busy. He hasn't been able to answer our calls. However, the independent checks I have done indicate that this man may have been ambushed. We don't know the reason for which this was done. Also, we have a situation where some community members in the area have given us a name. They have identified him. He's aged 32, but because we haven't yet been able to officially confirm from the police, we would have to keep his name for now until we are able to verify this. But just as you said, the IGP was in town, and just before he left less than 24 hours ago, he was a bit satisfied that with his presence in the town, there hadn't been any disturbances, and he was hoping that this, these disturbances would, would not come, and the peace that he had seen since he has been here would continue. But unfortunately, this hasn't been the case. And Binduri is just the neighboring district to the Boku municipality. And this is the reason that many believe that this afternoon's attack is most likely linked to the ongoing issues in Boku.
Right. So, Albert, can you establish if indeed there's any link between what is happening in Boku and what is currently happening in Binduri?
So for some time now, many have said that the conflict is beginning to spill
Well, we seem to be having some connection challenges to my colleague Albert there. But let me try once again. Albert, if you can hear me, you were just making a point. So Albert has been giving us the latest situation on the ground from Binduri. This afternoon, we are told a 32-year-old man was gunned down. I believe I have Albert back. Albert, you were making a point. If there could be some link established between what is happening in Boku and the latest killing in Binduri.
Yes, so what is happening is that because of the tight security in Boku, what the security agencies have realized for some time now, in the last 1 year or more, that the conflict was beginning to spill over from Boku into the neighboring districts like Pusiga and Binduri. If you've realized also, sometimes in Wali, which is in the northeast region, but not too far away from the upper east region, some attacks have been carried out there as well. So this is not new. In some time past, there have been similar attacks in Binduri, and that is why many believe that today's incident is likely linked to the conflict in Boku as well.
All right, finally, before I let you go, how are security officials handling the latest situation in Binduri? Are we seeing more security officers trooping to Binduri as we speak?
It is difficult to tell now, but this is usually what happens. Because of the concentration in Boku, the men in the adjoining districts tend to be lighter, and it appears that sometimes when people want to carry out attacks, they do that because they know there are fewer men in these areas. But just as I told you, we haven't yet been able to speak officially with the Regional Police Command, and we cannot speak to exactly how they are handling this matter until we hear from them.
All right. Thank you so much. Albert Sorry is our correspondent from that part of the country, and he's keeping his eyes fixed on the situation in Boku, and you can trust JoyNews to bring you the latest as it breaks from that community. Meanwhile, a conflict resolution expert, Emmanuel Bombardi, has described as commendable the IGP's public apology for the misconduct of some police officers. This happened when the IGP met with key stakeholders and personally appealed to the Boku Naba for forgiveness over the actions of his officers. Mr. Bombardi believes that Mr. Yohono's apology is a demonstration of leadership and a responsible approach to managing the conflict.
All of Ghana must praise, recognize, and appreciate the leadership of IGP Tete Yohono. He brought a character of a calming effect that we can see happening throughout the 3 days he has been there. And before I even move from there, go back and ask yourself, when did a public duty bearer stand in front of people and apologize for the missteps that his institution became part of in order to reset a conversation? This man stood at the palace of the Zugran Boku Naba and apologized to the youth for the missteps of the police. Let's not underrate this. This is a mark of leadership that then defines the character of how you talk about conflict, particularly the one we see in Boku.
Well, the IGP himself has since wrapped up his visit to Boku following last Wednesday's incident. Prior to his departure, he visited some injured persons at the hospital and expressed satisfaction at the calm being restored so far, calling on off-fielding factions to complement government effort to restore absolute peace.
A few days in the market, in the market, so this is an assured thing, and we did that yesterday, and today we continue to Boku, went to the hospital to visit the injured, and they're still assuring them that we are there with them and we continue to work together as one people. Having done that, we said we have to come to Pusiga, and then from Pusiga we'll go to Garuti.
You know, we have been informed that there has been absolute peace throughout the night. We want this to continue. And then the President, the Interior Minister, the Defense Minister, they are all watching and listening carefully. And then at the appropriate time, a delegation will also come to visit Boku. All the Ghanaians want to see is that Boku should be in peace. Boku should come back to its past glories. For the time when everybody wants to come to Boku, that glory should come back so that we can come back to Boku and then enjoy the atmosphere that has been there in the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now away from Boku, Roads and Highways Minister Kwame Gavins-Agboja has taken on the NPP administration for abandoning the Wahan-Tumu Road project. He said the NDC was close to completing the road before the NPP took over. However, the NPP halted progress and brought in more contractors who delivered little work. The road is now in its worst condition, making travel difficult. JoyNews' Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam report.
The Roads and Highways Minister then walked to the women, apologized to them for the pain they are going through.
Joma will do this one. It's not a promise. It's a social contract with the people here. He wanted to do this before he left office, and now he's going to finish it. We are not going to leave this road like another promise. We're going to do it.
The leader of the women, Afisato Hamza, was grateful to the minister for the visit with the hope that his promise will come into fruition.
Your thoughts about the road is good. We are only praying that you will not deceive us like others have done. May God help you.
Despite the promises made by successive governments to fix this road, they have failed to deliver.
Proud to the exit of NDC in 2016. Work was going on this stretch. Unfortunately, since we left, they rather introduced more contractors and less work was done. So I can guarantee President Mahama's vision is that under the big push, believe me, this will be done. All the way from Wa to Bolga, this is what people have to endure. Look at the ladies, look at what they are doing. It will obviously, without doing this road, it will increase poverty in the area. So doing this road, it's not even political. It's just the way to lift the rest of our people out of poverty. If people grow, things around here, how are they even supposed to take it to we, the consumers in the southern part of the country, and yet we complain about the prices? So I think this is a very sad thing.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam, Kuntulo.
Well, away from that, exhibitors at the official launch of the government flagship Feed Ghana program held in Tichiman are urging the government to accelerate the modernization of agriculture to address food shortages in the country. They want the government to help cut taxes on the importation of farm input to help make it affordable to local farmers. Anas Sabit was at the event and filed the following report.
In a bold move to tackle food security and transform farming, President John Dramani Mahama today launched the government's flagship Feed Ghana initiative in the agricultural heartland of Techiman in the Bono East region.
My government is rolling out the Feed Ghana program under the broader theme of Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda, AETA. This is a comprehensive vision to modernize and expand agriculture, to create jobs, reduce food inflation, and strengthen food security. The Feed Ghana program is our flagship initiative. It is a strategic umbrella under which all agricultural projects and interventions will be executed.
But as excitement builds, exhibitors here at the event are urging authorities to accelerate the modernization of agriculture and make cut-edge tools accessible to all. These exhibitors showcase innovations like solar-powered irrigation and precision farming tools. Chief Executive Officer of WAF Agrochemicals, popularly known as WAFADO, says the time is now to modernize agriculture in order to have food security.
We all know that when God created human being, there were just about 2 people having the whole land to cultivate. But now, the world is over 6 billion people. and the land is reducing. So once the population is increasing and the size of our land is decreasing, so I think it's very good that we should modernize our agriculture and even add some technology to it so that we can feed the world population.
But the hurdle, cost. Many small-scale farmers simply can't afford these new technologies despite their relevance to boosting food production.
When we talk about modernizing agriculture, we cannot talk about it without inputs, seeds, machineries, and all of these things. We cannot do without it. So what we expect the Ghana government to be doing is to assist the input suppliers, help in the importation, the import tax. The government can also help in so that the cost of it can reduce, yes, so that the farmers can afford it in that way.
Ghana's population is soaring, but farm productivity lacks. Over 60% of farmers still use manual tools and are unable to afford fertilizers due to its costs. Country manager for Sonagro Fertilizers, Prince Akoto Adipa, wants government to work towards reducing taxes on the importation of agro inputs to help make it affordable to local farmers.
Government can also help us by reducing some of the fees and charges at the port. Because sometimes they'll tell you, you pay and you can count for the exemption or refund. It doesn't help. If it is given unto us before even we discharge our produce or our product at the port, there's no way we will be tempted to add those costs, push it to the end user before chasing the refund.
Bonnet's Regional Minister Francis Osu Antwi, who described the initiative as timely, is optimistic that the Feed Ghana program will reposition agriculture as a driver of growth and prosperity.
This flagship program is designed to modernize our agricultural system, strengthen agro-industrial linkages, and increase sustainable jobs, especially for our youth and women. It's aligned with the broader agriculture for economic transformation agenda, and I am confident that I will reposition agriculture as a driver for growth and prosperity.
Thank you. The message from Techiman is clear. Modernization isn't optional. It is essential. With subsidies and smart policies, Feed Ghana could turn smallholder farmers into agri-entrepreneurs, fueling a green revolution. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Techiman.
Well, a former General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Karwe, has urged the government to tackle potential implementation challenges in the Feed Ghana initiative. At the launch, President Mahama highlighted plans to promote backyard poultry to improve household nutrition and support women's income. Under the Nkoko Nketenkete project, 55,000 households will be supported to raise over 1 million birds, and 50 farmers will receive a backing to produce 4 million birds this year. Mr. Karwe welcomed the initiative as a game changer, but cautioned that without addressing implementation gaps, the policy may fall short of its goals.
We have to move beyond policy intentions to outcomes. As a country, we have dwelled so much on policy intentions, and then we didn't care about the outcomes. But it is the outcomes that will, at the end of the day, vindicate the policy. What is the use of a policy that is good and then it doesn't yield results, or there are no outcomes to show? So the previous policies on paper, per their concepts and their intentions, they were good policies. But as a country, I think generally speaking, we have a problem when it comes to management. And management will have to do with implementation. So our skills and attitude towards implementation of policies is very poor. And I believe that government would recognize this fact, given our history and given where we have come from, to make sure that we address the implementation challenges that will certainly come.
Well, here in Accra, after fire tore through a section of Circle Tiptoe Lane late Thursday night, traders of about 15 shops destroyed in the inferno are appealing to the government and relevant authorities for urgent support. My colleague Collins Frimpong report.
According to some eyewitnesses who spoke to Joy News, the incident occurred between the hours of 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. on Friday. They said that although the fire service could not determine the exact cause of the fire, they suspect it may have been triggered by power outage. Some of the eyewitnesses narrated how the incident unfolded.
About 12:30 to 1. And who said, and we see AP, free store AP.
We sail here until daybreak. Around midnight, we noticed smoke coming from one of the shops, so we broke in and tried to douse the fire. I witnessed the start of the fire. I suspect the fire was caused by a power outage. About 10 to 15 shops have been destroyed due to the fire outbreak that occurred, affecting businesses and traders that sell phone cases, provisions, and other valuable items. Some of the affected traders are pleading with government and other relevant stakeholders to come to their aid. We are pleading with the authorities to come to our aid and provide the necessary measures to prevent future outbreaks. Many people have lost their livelihoods and have been left in tears. I personally know a woman who returned yesterday to weep beside her burnt shop because she took a loan.
5,000. They send my bear for us. I want to shop because obey and as I did say, as I could sky there for Faniama, and what did your baby because adding we are saying.
Even a newborn needs help. So do we, the victims. The government should support us, including the Nigerian nationals who also lost their shops in the fire, so that in case it happens in other countries and affect Ghanaians over there, they will also get the needed support.
Reporting for Joy News, Collins Frimpong, Circle Tiptoe Lane, Accra.
Well, you're still watching JoyNews Prime with me, Carlos Caloni. We'll take a short break. We'll return shortly. Please stay. And in business, government has announced plans to introduce a new law on natural resources and mineral discoveries to boost revenue generation as Ghana continues to uncover new mineral deposits. Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Alex Segbefia, revealed this while delivering a speech on behalf of the Vice President at the graduation ceremony of 203 cadet officers at the Custom Academy in Petoi in the Volta region. There's more in the following report.
Move by the government for a new law for the minerals and natural resources sector is aimed at boosting revenue to support national development. This is due to calls from civil society that existing laws on the sector is outdated. Speaking on behalf of the Vice President during the graduation for some 203 cadet officers at the Customs Academy, Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Alex Segbefia, hinted of plans to enact a new law for natural resources and green minerals to enhance revenue from the sector.
Reviewing and rationalizing port fees to enhance trade competitiveness and maximize revenue. 3. Resuming the restructuring of Ghana Revenue Authority, initiated by the previous NDC government to improve tax administration and compliance. 4. Enacting a Natural Resource Revenue Management Act, NRMA, to increase revenue from our mineral resources, including green minerals and new finds. 5. Reviewing the Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011 at 815 to maximize petroleum revenue for development.
He has also assured the Ghana Revenue Authority of government's commitment to provide all the needed support to aid in revenue mobilization. According to him, the division has become the lifeblood of the country's revenue mobilization and hence the need to improve in operations.
Government is very committed to equipping the Ghana Revenue Authority to maximize revenue generation, and my presence here this morning is a testament to that effect.
Well, that's all we have time for here on JoyNews Prime. You can log on to our website, myjoyonline.com, for more stories. My name is Carlos Keloni. Have a great evening.